So whenever
Who does that?
you know,
Why does it smell in here?
I never thought about like how. Yeah, so I was like,
And then I asked my crush if she wanted to practice making babies, and she was just like, "You need to stand at least 500 feet away from me."
Literally.
Is this going to be a problem?
I'm calling 911 right now if you don't get away from me.
I'm having my boyfriend come in.
Now, I have a question for you.
Okay.
According to Sandra, that would work. Would it work on you if let's say if your significant other, your girlfriend said that to you, or let's say you weren't even seriously dating yet, if it was just like a crush said it to you, how would you respond?
Okay. If you insist. If we must.
I'll allow it this one time. This
All
again,
right.
really?
I could use a little practice.
Practice makes perfect.
I need a little practice.
I need
Just so I get it
training.
right.
Yeah. I'm trained for the belt.
Well, I'm not a black belt at baby making.
Yeah. So that my child comes out what's like
With like
what is like
LeBron level athletic ability.
like I need superhuman skills. They need to be like Michael Jordan, Messi, Tom Brady,
And
or
Neil Armstrong.
yeah, sure.
If they're not already doing steroids by the time they're out.
If they lose, wait, he's not the one who lost a ball, was he? All right. All right. We're getting too off topic here. What's your name? Neil.
I'm Neil.
This is Jamie.
And this is our
Literally podcast
about sports and steroids.
about. Yeah, no, I don't have enough knowledge about cycling, bicycling.
Yeah. Like, don't you just like pedal fast? It's pretty easy. You just like let the bike do the work.
You know, you're not even the one moving here. The bike is
Yeah.
what's moving.
Like, why don't they give the medal to the bike? You're just like on it.
Clearly, I did not get the Albert Einstein gene. All right, that has been made obvious. But what we're really here to talk about is the man of the hour, of the 2 hours this week and likely next week. Joey. Grosade.
Grosade.
See, at least
The
I'm good
Greek
with names.
man or Italian man.
Something. Yeah. Yeah, he's Italian.
Yeah. And he wants to keep it that way.
Can you change it? Is that allowed? Is that allowed?
You're not allowed. Oh, he's no longer having a Greek wedding. So that's off the table.
Yeah. Unfortunately, last week, a fan favorite known by the name of Maria was eliminated.
Formally by.
Formally. We're down to our final 3 women. It is Fantasy Suites, Rachel, Kelsey, and Daisy. All right, who wins? All right,
Daisy.
good answer.
Rachel doesn't.
Well, I do agree with that. I guess let's work our way up to it.
Okay.
How does the episode start? Probably with Joey or something like that.
It does start with Joey. He is
still afraid about not being loved back, not being accepted or chosen.
right.
I
can't
can't
feel
relate.
that.
Yeah. Who gets the first date? Rachel.
Rachel does.
I actually did like how they brought some of the golden ladies back.
Yeah, one for each.
Sort of just like advice givers. I am partial to Susan. She's very entertaining. She's
definitely the best.
She's got so much charm, man.
Yeah, I can see why Joey likes her.
Yeah, yeah. Are we sure that
far.
Susan is not in the like also getting a fantasy suite? So Rachel sort of tells Susan that she's sort of scared to admit that she's in love with Joey, even though she did already say it like last week.
Yeah, she did.
Almost like is she saying like she's afraid to admit it to herself almost? I don't know. I can't read. I'm not good. But she is afraid because she...
Or to say it again.
Yeah, sure, maybe. I don't know. But she said in her previous relationships, she was cheated on. And so that fear going into this relationship with Joey, the like fear of not being chosen, is still strong because of that. And Susan, I feel like Susan gave good advice, a good pep talk. She said that what she realized with her time being on the Golden Bachelor is like, I'm the prize. Like,
yeah, they're after me.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it shouldn't just be about
the person
winning over the Bachelor or the Bachelorette. It's like you kind of want to be chosen, like, too. You want to feel picked.
reciprocated.
It's not just about, like getting them to
tricking them.
Yeah, it's like you got to know your worth and your value, and that you're worthy of love and being chosen.
Yeah, that is important. That's a good rule to go by.
A good dating tip. Yeah, I thought a lot of nuggets of knowledge as well as chicken. No, but no chicken, unfortunately. Just knowledge nuggets were dropped by the golden women. And you're going to start living by them, you said? You better.
Oh, I am now.
That's why your previous relationships never worked, because you weren't following their instructions.
I know. I needed them. But now I know.
The date that Rachel got with Joey was
it's probably the best one so far.
I mean,
if you're after bad dates, it's probably the best date.
Yeah, if you want like a really unfortunate, like worst case scenario, almost worst case scenario,
pretty much.
date, just like copy this. So they're in a beautiful area of, is it Mexico? Where was it? Tulum?
Yeah.
Tulum, Mexico. Which I feel like has been used before, because I vaguely remember a couple seasons ago, another couple like jumping off the what's it called, cenote.
They did that exact location.
Yeah, it looked very similar. It was always something like that. But that's what they got to do. They just jump into water.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna practice their Olympic diving skills.
I know.
I mean,
Get a little higher each time.
it seems like fun, but like
To what
Rachel
extent?
was like clearly
Not
nervous
having fun,
about
yeah.
it. And yeah, it went about as bad as it could pretty much go.
Yeah, couldn't get worse than this.
Like the like third jump, she like somehow like fucks up her like jaw. And I even said before, like we noticed that she was hurt. When they jumped, he landed extremely close to her. And at first I was like, oh, no fucking way. He just like kicked her in the face.
And then she comes up.
I don't think that's what it was, because they didn't say, neither of them said like, yeah, you landed on me, or like you you hit me or jumped on me.
Well, they don't say anything.
Yeah,
They
it's
don't
just like,
explain.
yeah, my face hurts. It could just be from like,
How they land
yeah, she could have landed
face first.
sort of. I mean, I wouldn't think that jumping from that high, maybe from the like highest one, you could really hurt I mean, unless you're like belly flopping, in which case it's gonna hurt like no
Yeah.
matter what. But like, if you're landing like feet first, it shouldn't hurt, you know, because you're breaking the water with your feet. But if she was, I don't know, maybe at an angle, she still could have like smacked her face, like her chin in the water,
Right.
and that would hurt still really bad.
That would,
I
especially if Joey then kicked you afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, I still don't know. Maybe
I think that's what happened.
I wouldn't be surprised, but it would just be like, you would think they would say like, yeah, you landed on me. Why'd you have to jump directly on my face?
Right after
And he
me,
wasn't
right?
like apologizing either, so I don't know. But
Yeah. That was kind of weird.
I have some scary stories of jumping in the water. As a kid, we used to, there was a little lake that I would go swimming at with my family during the summer, and they had like a little like dock. It was weird because it wasn't even like from the shore you would swim out to it. It would probably be like, I don't know, like 20, 30 feet out into the water. I remember swimming out there, and like it would be fun to get up there and then like jump off the dock into the water. I don't know why I got the like genius idea of like, I started doing like cool poses when I jumped in. I was like, let's do like a starfish pose.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
It is cool, but as a man, or potentially as a woman too, there's some valuable merchandise down below that if you jump into the water, leading with that, basically, that's breaking your impact. That
could hurt a little bit. That could be.
That knocked the wind out of me. I lost the ability to swim. And I was probably like 12 years old too, so I wasn't even that young. I had to have my brother pull me out of the water.
Got paralyzed.
Dude, that was a near-death experience.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah, you were close to death on that one.
I saw the light.
That would be really bad.
I also potentially lost the ability to have kids. We may never know.
And we will never find out.
Yeah, we will never find out. Good times. It's always fun to think back to like reminisce to the younger years of like, hey, wouldn't it be fun to like dive head first off of the couch and like aim for like the bookcase or like the edge of the dining room table or something? Like the corner of it. Let's see if I can like puncture my forehead like directly into the corner of the table.
How many stitches do you think I can get?
If I run full speed at the like cement wall, what will happen?
You'll probably break through it.
I think living that age, you know, as like a toddler, you know, you're basically just like auditioning for Jackass. I was living and I wasn't getting paid. I wasn't even doing it for an audience. I was like, let's see what happens.
This time was on extreme sports.
Bro, in my mind, I was a scientist because I was like, let's test my theory. What will happen if I like, which will break first, my like nose or like the glass pane window? If I try to like push, like my face meets glass, which one breaks?
Perfectly explains Darwinism right there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm still around, so
For now.
let's see. Well, I learned. I evolved. In that moment, I evolved to learn, hey, maybe let's not test like these like our body against like household appliances and items as far as like which one is sturdier, because
You went from single-celled organism to double-celled organism.
I lost my cells.
Just became bacteria.
Well, I definitely had a lot of it as a child. I was probably very keen on spreading it, but that's another thing. So,
Speaking of,
speaking of bacteria, I don't know how that relates. I don't even what were we talking about?
Rachel breaking her jaw.
Breaking her jaw, dude. She had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
I mean, ultimately, it seemed like
fine,
she had no serious injuries, but it was scary at first, like when they came out and she was like talking, like you could see even just from watching it, she was like talking without like opening.
Yeah,
or
she was
moving
talking through her
mouth.
teeth.
It's like
He's like, open your jaw. Like, oh,
she's like
open
gritting her
right now.
teeth, and she's like, it's pretty open, isn't it? It's open.
so yeah, I can open it. That whole half inch.
Yeah, glad that she was okay. Just smacked her face. It seemed like either the water or Joey. I really did feel for her though, because
that would
aside from that, the pain of it, there's probably some level of either embarrassment or it seemed like she just felt bad for like. She thinks she ruined the day, which is like again sad to think because it's like it's really Joey's fault.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean if
Joey ruined it.
it was just a freak accident, as he said, but she took it as like her doing. It's like, oh man, because
yeah, it's not totally your fault.
I will also say I kind of hold on to my prediction from last week, which is I don't think that
She's going far.
Yeah, I think Rachel is probably going to be the one going home. It would be very disappointing if she kind of continues her thoughts of like, I mean, aside from that date specifically, she was also just referencing that she feels she's taken too long to like open up, and she feels like she's playing catch up compared to like the other two, which I don't know. I mean,
yeah, I don't think that's totally true.
I don't think that.
I don't think any of them have really like opened up to an extreme amount.
Yeah, because first of all, we only see so much.
Yeah, and it all looks pretty similar, just like about being with Joey.
Although I will say, I do think we've seen significantly less of Rachel than we have of like Daisy and like Kelsey up to this point. I mean, that was my initial sort of reasoning, thinking that Rachel was going to probably be the one that goes home. But I don't know if she feels that way. Is it just her self-doubt, or is it just like, are we seeing like basically all of the stuff that she's opened up about or sort of talked about? In which case, I still don't blame her, because I still don't think they get that much time. I mean, even the stuff that like we're not seeing, it's like, I don't know, they don't get a whole lot of time with each other. And like as far as conversations that are like highlighted, yeah, I mean those are the ones that get shown typically. Like if she would have really opened up about anything else, same thing goes for the other two, it's like they probably would have shown it. So I kind of agree with you, where it's like I don't feel like she's all that far behind. She's kind of in the same realm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially if they show all the important stuff, which I assume they do.
But that's the thing though, is that both Kelsey and Daisy have they've each gotten one more date than Rachel has. So I mean, I guess that is somewhat of a disadvantage, but I don't think it ultimately is going to matter.
Yeah, I don't think that's what Joey cares about.
I do think,
especially at the last three.
Yeah, I really think that he kind of knows, and I think I know who it is now too. This episode, I feel like was the clearest. There was some slight throw off, but I think, I guess we can get to it like at the end when we pick our choices. But like, I do feel like pretty confident now.
Yeah,
like bar anything
Rachel.
Weird, which again, the ending is supposedly going to be weird or different.
It better be.
And I still don't know what it is. I'm still spoiler free. I hope you are as well. Are you?
Oh yeah.
That's what you think. Yeah, I still don't know. So I guess like aside from any weird stuff happening, I'm pretty confident with who I'm going to choose. But
Oh yeah. Let me look it up real quick. So.
Jamie, pull that up, put it on the screen. What else do you have to say about Rachel? I mean, I do think that she's kind of the odd one out at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He does still do a good job of comforting her throughout her injury and like her.
Yeah, he does a good job.
Her insecurity feeling as far as like her not opening up or feeling like she's playing catch up. And he does a good job, yeah, of like still being there for her.
Mm-hmm.
And they do go to the fantasy suite.
Oh, they do. The boots are knocked.
Yeah, some boots. Classic Gary line. Or was it Gary or Teresa? One of them said it.
No, Gary. Gary was the knocking boots.
Do you think they did? Because that is a good question. Because that was not something that has really been talked about as far as this season is gone. It's definitely been a big thing in previous seasons, but
yeah, they didn't do that with Charity either.
No. And I have no idea as far as Charity either, but yeah, I don't know. I always like to guess. I never feel like I'm right though. And it's like I'm never going to know unless
I need to know.
Like say specifically, which sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Usually after the fact. It's typically like
at the end.
In like interviews after the show or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
And what is it usually?
Yes. I don't know. I mean, I know there's like there was like the Bachelor, Matt James, like when he did an interview afterwards, I think he specifically said he didn't sleep with any of them, which is kind of a power move.
Yeah,
that is
impressive.
It's like, I think it was just a very smart move as far as like good. You're not gonna piss anyone off as far as like if you were to sleep with more than one.
Yeah,
you know, the like one you choose could still be upset about that, which I think is fair, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Especially at this moment.
Again, it is like, but I'm kind of going from like, I can't relate to being in this situation. So it would just be a sort of like, if you were to like sleep with another person today and then a week later you get engaged with someone else and you told them about it. Yeah.
She'd probably be okay.
Yeah, I think everyone would be okay with that. Yeah, right?
Seems pretty fair.
But yeah, I understand that in this realm, I guess it's
different.
It is different. But I would be upset. I don't know. Me personally, I would be upset.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would necessarily do any, like, say anything, like, do any forbidding or being like, I couldn't handle you doing that. I don't know, but, like, I would be upset.
To a degree, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
it wouldn't feel good.
I almost wouldn't want to know.
Yeah, definitely not.
I'd say that. Yeah, I think that's probably the, like, route. Is
on
like,
my deathbed, you can tell me.
Yeah, exactly. I did, and he was better. Oh, man. No. All right, I'm not dying yet.
I have one last, like, moment.
That's like, I need to, like, send, like, a hitman out to that.
Where's Joey right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it matters either. I only like sort of think because I would almost like have more sympathy for Rachel if they did, because like, I don't know. I feel like it does say something if you get intimate with someone in that setting still. And so
even before you get sent home.
Yeah, exactly. That would be the thing, is that it would probably feel Like, yeah, it would suck, dude. To be like get intimate with someone, and then like like a few days later, sorry, I'm sending you home.
You weren't good enough.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, that would,
that sucks.
a lot of negative thoughts could come from that.
That is why, like, if I were ever to like, if I was in Joey's shoes, I would probably not. I would take the Matt James approach of probably not sleeping with anyone.
Yeah, unless you had one, you were 100% sure.
And that is true. If I knew who was going to be, which I would hope I would at that point.
Yeah, to a
then I would
degree.
just with that one. Then it's like I don't
yeah.
feel guilty either.
Even if you choose the other person.
I choose I sleep with the two, and then I choose the one that I didn't sleep with. Oh my god, what is the like thinking behind that? I can't even imagine.
Yeah, that is insane.
That is why I do think that it seems the Bachelorettes typically handle this week specifically better than any Bachelor does. But
Yeah, because looking back, like Charity,
yeah, there was no issues.
there's no problem.
It doesn't seem like there's any issues so far with Joey, unless that talk that Kelsey's going to want to have is about that. But it doesn't even seem like it's going to be about that specifically. It just seems like she's worried it might not be her, and she'd rather go home now, which I also agree with. I would relate to.
Yeah, no, definitely, especially it's getting down to this.
Yeah, I would definitely have the approach of like, as soon as you know it's not me, I would prefer to just go. Which, yeah, I don't know. It would just be for my sake. But you also got to think that the ones that don't get picked and are devastated, typically the ones in the like final 2, 3, 4, the ones that you can see actually have like a connection. Like for some of them, he probably knew sooner that he wasn't going to choose them, but like maybe he was like influenced to keep them.
Oh, okay,
in some way
for the show,
which I guess could be good and bad for them because it's going to make things more difficult to deal with emotionally. But it's also like you get more support. I feel like you have the chance to become more of like appreciated by the audience and stuff.
and you get onto other shows.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're more likely to get
maybe
on.
have like a podcast or something.
You can get a podcast, you can go on Paradise, potentially even be the next Bachelor or Bachelorette. So you have to suffer a worse heartbreak for the better opportunities is what this show is promoting. Yes.
That's pretty healthy.
Yeah, I think that's let's preach that. Yeah. No. Yeah, I don't know. Her fantasy suite was, I guess, pretty typical. He did not say he loves her or even if he's falling in love with her. She did. He said he really appreciated how much she opened up during their alone time, and he saw like a completely different side of her. But yeah, I don't know.
Is that enough?
I think even from this point, before the like other ones, I still was like, it's just, I'm just like, I felt for Rachel because I was like, I still think she's going home.
Yeah,
and it felt even worse because I was like, she kind of just got like, she got an injury. She felt guilty in her mind, she felt she ruined the date, and then she did open up to him, to some extent. And then likely to be sent home.
I know, yeah.
That's
immediately
the hard part. That is what I would hate.
That is not a
That is
nice
what I would hate.
landing. It's pretty.
No.
That'd be pretty difficult.
What else? Kelsey was next. She got to talk to Leslie. What was... They were able to bond about their moms. They both lost their moms at a young age, and that has impacted their lives and dating lives, even as far as like Leslie was like, I could always like feel, her like
Giving me advice.
giving me advice and like saying don't do this or don't do that, and taking the advice, and then also being like, all right, mom.
All right, get out of here.
Yeah.
Locking you away.
For now, I'm gonna need you to zip it.
Zip it right now.
But then she also gave her, I felt like,
Pretty
it seems like good advice coming from
good advice. Yeah.
Leslie's,
From what happened with her.
specifically, her situation where she was in love with Gary, felt very confident thinking that she was gonna be her.
By what Gary said.
Yeah, and then she was just completely blindsided and heartbroken. And so she said to Kelsey to
Run and don't look back.
yeah,
No, to just like have a voice in the back of your head saying it
Yeah.
could not be you. You're not guaranteed the spot.
Yeah.
To always be aware of that so it doesn't hit you,
yeah, don't let it like,
break your heart.
yeah, like be present in these moments because they go fast, but have just like an inkling in the back of your head just to protect you a little bit. But I think she did a good job of sort of still like saying like, don't let it
Yeah,
hold you back. from,
Overcome
like,
you, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Dropping nuggets.
That is a good nugget.
Gold nuggets. But then I think that Kelsey's like, it clearly, even after she said that got to Kelsey a little bit.
Yeah,
So
you could see she
maybe
was
a bit of
stressing out.
a gold nugget, but
One that's hard to swallow.
yeah, it kind of scared her. But I thought that her date with Joey was
It was pretty good, pretty decent.
on a
Pretty
scale of 1 to
boaty.
10. It was on the scale. No, it was. Again, it just seemed like a fun kind of date where they were able to just like talk. They went boating.
Oh,
Everyone
boating.
loves boating. Michael was there.
Classic.
He was
Yeah, he was-
captaining the boat. They got to swim with sea turtles. It was very like clear that they both wanted the other one to say "I love you" the entire time, because there was, I
Say
think,
it.
there was noticeable like awkward moments where it was like, everyone. I think
You're
even
expecting them to say something.
Yeah, you want them. You're hoping
Like you
they
have something
say
you want to say to me.
Oh, is there something you'd like to say to me? What is it? Please
Just
say it,
start
because
with
I don't want to say it first.
lo-
You want to say something like about how you look? Yeah, I mean,
I like you.
it's definitely, I can relate to that. Maybe not the specific, like, I love you, but I just know the feeling of dating and having, like, the hope that someone says or does something out of, like, nerves because you don't want to say or do it first or whatever. And the other person is probably thinking the exact same thing. So then no one does anything.
nothing
And
happens.
it's just, like, awkward. It's a cute little moment, and it was very relatable. And that's how I saw a lot of their time boating, was like they were both hoping. And that was like the whole thing of Kelsey's date, is that she was the only one last week that is still here now that didn't say I love you or I'm falling in love with you.
So she was hoping to
She's
have Gary
nervous.
say it, and then she'd say it.
Yeah. She wants someone to say it for her. Well,
That'd be easy.
because she told her dad and she told Leslie that she's
Oh yeah, she did.
she's just said like, no, I'm in love with him. I love him. Not falling in love, just I love him.
She wants to scream it from the rooftop.
Yeah.
she wants to be
she's
in
like,
that
I
position.
want to be able to
do
say
that.
it to him confidently.
Yeah,
She's like, yeah, I can't say it to his face. Like,
I'll text it to him.
yeah, she should have like. I wish they had their phones and they could have been like at the like dinner table and she just like texted to him like mid conversation. Oh my gosh!
By the way, I
Classic like
love you.
new generation dating.
You expect
Did you get that text I sent? It was very important.
Let's snap.
Yeah, just get that snap. I just made a TikTok specifically for you. Did you see that story I posted to my close friends where I removed all of my other close friends but kept you on it because I have a special message for you? Classic moments.
Pretty good.
But yeah, that was the whole theme of like she was very nervous just saying. I couldn't tell how much did she say about her like past dating as far as like has she said that to someone before?
Well, she said this is the fastest. It's
Okay,
been.
sure. Okay. Which, yeah, a little bit of like,
You telling me 2 weeks is fast?
are you telling me I shouldn't say I love you after like going on 2 dates with someone? Yeah, I mean, natural instinct should be to like, hey, pump the brakes a little bit.
It's like a little
You're about
slow.
to like crash. You're going like 70 in like a school.
Chill out just a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe 60.
Like 60, like 4 at the like most.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, inevitably, she does say it. They get they have like their little sit down dinner moment where she does say it, and I think that his response to her said a lot more comparatively to how he responds to like how he responded to Rachel saying it.
Oh, yeah. There's a clear difference.
Yeah, because he was like when she said it, he was like, "Oh, you just like threw that out there." It's like, bro, you've been expecting it, like you've been like hoping for it the whole day. Don't complain now.
You wanted it.
Yeah,
You were waiting.
I swear
for
there
it.
was another moment in that conversation, like at the like dinner, where it said like he did say something like, "Oh, so like, did you want to say something?" Or is it something
Or
along those
something.
lines where he's like fishing for it.
He was, but he did get it.
And oh yeah, I think what it was like he opened up about his fear of like his past relationship as far as like not being chosen. I think he's still in this case referring to Charity, I would assume.
Yeah, that's what I was getting.
But yeah, like falling for someone and then ultimately not having it be reciprocated, not being chosen.
Yeah.
And just like how he appreciates because she even like told him that she talked to Leslie and what Leslie said, and I think that's what prompted him to say like, yeah, like that's like good advice, but like I wouldn't want that to hold you back or like hold anyone back, because I know from my past experience, I want to know how someone feels about me. And I felt like that was him trying to say, like, this is why you're supposed to say it. I am giving you. And she gave a good answer where it was I felt like, thoughtful answer as to, like, she was clearly listening. But she also, like, didn't pick up on the hint at the end where, like, I don't know. Is it just me? He was like totally trying to like
It did
hint
seem
and
like
like
that.
say like this is the moment, Kelsey. But she ultimately
She did
did
say
say
it at
it
the end.
like eventually. But yeah, it was kind of like she said all like responding to what he said first, and then like started a new conversation, and he was like, yeah, and like I told my dad I'm in love with you, and so I just wanted to tell you, like I want you to know that I love you, Joey. And he's like,
What?
wait a second,
You're not allowed to say that now.
you were supposed to say it like a minute ago when I like told you to say.
Pretty funny moment.
Yeah, they're very cute to watch. They're very like wholesome.
Yeah.
I feel like Kelsey
Very
is
nice.
like she's got a smile that it seems to me. No, I hope you got that joke.
Oh, I did.
Okay, perfect. No one will, but she's got a smile that I feel like is.
Or so it seemed to me.
All right, you can't just make the same joke.
I think I did it better though.
Her smile lights up a room. She's got a big, beautiful smile, in my opinion. As a
Yeah,
person with a
definitely.
very big smile, I appreciate another big smile.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice smile.
But yeah, she is right. She is, every time we look at her, she is almost always smiling.
Giggity.
She gives me a very like certain vibe of like, I mean, it's fair, almost fair to say like golden retriever vibe. But I know like when people say that, it's like it, you know what it means. But it's just like, no, those are the dogs that are like happiest to see you. They are like, if dogs can smile,
They're smiling.
they're doing it.
They're wagging it.
Yeah, it is sweet. I feel like I will say this, out of all of the women, to me it's clear that like Kelsey likes Joey the most. Like if we're rating, if we can rank them as far as which one likes Joey the most, I think it is Kelsey. Has the strongest feelings for Joey.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I mean, it's either her or Daisy, but it does seem like she's way more, especially now, open to
Yeah.
say she loves him.
Yeah. And he was like,
Very reciprocal.
he
of it.
was he did
wa-
reciprocate.
He did.
And he said he's falling in love, which
Okay,
I don't
Joey.
fucking care, dude. It's the same thing at all to
You
me.
said the
at
same
this
word. You
point.
said the same
you-
word.
You do see it. You are saying the same thing, but he's saying like that specifically. Immediately, kind of just gave me the confirmation. Like, sorry, Rachel.
Yeah, no, Rachel's out definitely.
But I think there was also another moment where it was like Kelsey
Is in.
she's in.
She's in.
She's in.
She's hacked into the mainframe.
Yeah, I mean, the way he just responded to it, I was like, oh man, like my intuition and my like sort of like just vibes I was getting from them from past few like 4 weeks or whatever have like all been right, and like even more so though. It's like,
Yeah, they were vibrating.
yeah, they that's pretty good. I don't know why that was so funny.
Oh, he knows.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know. There's something more there, I think, and they have a good fantasy suite as well. He even says, "I've been waiting for a long time." I was like, "Oh, calm down, bro. Calm down."
Don't seem so desperate.
Yeah,
Joe.
hold on, Joey. But I'll say it right now. Yeah, I think Kelsey wins now.
I could definitely see it.
I think like I'm confident now. Like I went from like partially confident that it was Daisy in the like past couple weeks to like, no, I'm like really confident now that it's Kelsey. Like this episode I feel like has been the most swaying for me for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think this has really shown the connection
Yeah.
between the two. And then Daisy is next.
Daisy has a good chat with Sandra. Sandra.
Sandra, yeah.
I love Sandra. So
Yeah, she's
much.
great.
She's great.
She's
dude.
fantastic. Definitely gave the best advice. Really
Definitely, though,
resonated
like,
with me.
Very funny advice. But Daisy sort of similar to like to I think Rachel, what she was saying, where she's like afraid to open up, or like, you know, afraid to be vulnerable with him. But she says that, you know, especially since her cochlear implant, that she didn't think that she was, you know,
Gonna be accepted.
yeah, like said, like, how could anyone love me? Which again, I've multiple times said like it's not a deal breaker for me. I'm trying to like maybe we are just naive. Maybe we are ignorant.
We just don't know.
I guess we don't know, because it clearly is like a big deal for her. And I guess like I haven't experienced hearing loss. I don't even think, I've met anyone who's lost their hearing. And so
Yeah, it's hard to imagine.
I can understand like the fear of just like I guess
Rejection.
judgment and
Yeah.
rejection. Okay. All right. So everything I've said up to this point about
Was
how I
wrong.
felt was like completely just. Well, I can just like I guess I can understand it. Like
Getting too much in your head and making a bigger deal out of it, or it actually being a big
right.
deal.
Yeah. You're so self-conscious about it, but yeah, from my point, it to me it still is crazy of like to just like not accept someone or to like not love someone because of something like that is like that just seems like that would be so shallow. That's like such a like
just shows bad on the other person.
but I guess I can understand like like she's clearly it's still a new thing for her. She's clearly self-conscious about it. And I guess like there probably is ways it would affect like a relationship as far as like just communication in general, like they're
It would definitely have some bit of an impact.
all right, I'm sorry, Daisy, if you feel or if anyone feels like
Yeah, I would like to apologize on behalf of Jamie.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want it to feel like I was downplaying or like disregarding that or making it seem like it's, whatever. However I made it seem like what was the word that Sydney or Medina used where it's like I think it was downplaying. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I believe you.
I don't know. But it's like I don't disregarding her
Yeah.
like feelings or whatever about it.
Yeah,
I can
this is not
understand.
the like disregarding.
Yeah, this is not the like a disrespect our podcast bowl. But yeah, Sandra's advice very funny.
Very
I think
good.
there was like legitimate
Yeah, good advice in there.
gold in there, but I think I like the way that she made it just a little bit fun at the end too. She, like because she said the key of the advice was just to
Ignore.
to talk
Yeah.
to talk.
Well, ignore the other two women.
Yeah,
Like, go into
you're not
it for
competing
yourself.
with them. You're building a relationship with him.
Yeah,
And
it's a one-on-one thing, not 1v3.
yeah, it's not a don't think about you're facing anyone else. It's like no, you're just building a relationship.
Go in it like fully open and vulnerable.
You need to be willing to talk about the things that you're afraid to talk about, honestly. And even she says like, yeah, even it's a sexual where it's like I'm so excited to like practice making babies with you. It's like that's such a
Good line.
funny way to say that. There's no way that couldn't work. I really
has to
don't
work.
think.
So stupid, it just might work.
It's just I think it's so funny. And I mean, she does say like, yeah, like intimacy for men is different from intimacy with for women, which is true. I mean,
I'll believe it.
yeah, women, every woman, we need you. Every woman out there, we need you to respond explaining what intimacy for you is. But yeah, I mean, I think that was like a funny little like acknowledgement, which I think she was like trying to, just like not like stress Stacy out too much and like be like, playful and just have fun with it.
Yeah,
but
making
like,
it lighthearted.
Yeah, because her advice is good, but it could definitely like, didn't want her thinking it's like, no, it's not just about like being like telling your deepest, darkest like fears, insecurities, feelings. It's like, no, you can even just like, if you want to say you think he's like super hot, you want to have sex with him, that's okay too.
Yeah, just say what's on your mind. Open up.
Yeah, which I think that is
good.
That is very good advice. I honestly do think. What did you think of their
shower date?
Yeah, that was funny.
That was a very interesting date.
they got to go quad. Is it called ATVing or quad? Because they got to ride quads or go
Four-wheeler?
ATV or four-wheeling. Yeah,
Yeah, they're all. I'm pretty sure they're all the same thing.
they are. But I just like pretending like I know all
Yeah.
of the different words.
I think
for it.
ATV is like the professional. That's
Sure.
the medical term.
Okay. You just might have given me like an aneurysm with that statement. I don't know what you just said.
No, I think that's right.
Medical. Sure.
I'm a professional, though.
I don't have the Einstein brain, so you're allowed to mess with me like this, and I won't pick up on it sometimes. So I'll allow it.
Overruled.
It did look fun.
It was pretty fun.
I've gone four-wheeling
Nice.
before. As a kid, I remember pulling a daisy where I would ride holding on to like my mom or dad's back.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was chimping it. I was like an orangutan, just like holding on to like
Riding around,
koalaing.
yeah.
It's like koalaing it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, where I would like ride, and only like recently, like I went to Hawaii where I got to try like driving them, a little off-roading.
Nice.
Very beautiful, very cool, and a lot of fun.
Yeah, that does seem
Put
cool.
the pedal to the metal.
Oh,
Or I
yeah.
should say I don't know what the handle, sure. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like
Yeah.
you don't know either. So
The thumbstick.
sure, the joystick. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was a good time though.
Did
That
you do
did
any
look-
jumps?
Yeah, I jumped off of it when I crashed,
Nice.
and then
When I went down the hill.
yeah, when I fell off the cliff, I jumped off the ATV. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was fun. Foreman was pretty cool. I did think it was funny, yeah, though, like when he was like, yes, we are a little sweaty and stinky, whatever he said.
Stinky.
So I've got another like part of date plan, and then just pants them in the shower. It's like, okay, you could have just you made it seem way more like
Yeah.
mysterious.
And we're going to like a waterfall or something like that.
Yeah, it's like, no, you're just
No.
in an outdoor shower.
With like very little water pressure.
Yeah,
It's
it
just,
was like
drizzling
it
down.
was like a little like rain shower head almost, basically, except not as cool.
yeah, not
It
as
was
cool.
an outdoor with I don't know, somewhat of an enclosed
Yeah,
whatever.
a little with a lot of gaps in between.
It wasn't like a beach shower where they're all just lined up next to each other.
Yeah, and like 30 other people were in there.
Yeah, like we see them showering together, and then it pans over 2 feet to see like an old, like half naked guy showering right next to him. So
Him walking over asking if he can borrow the
some
soap.
soap. Yeah, I mean, a fun date again. She sort of talks about she's frustrated with herself because she is an emotional person, and she feels like things have been so good with Joey, but she keeps trying to find like poke holes in it as far as like what's gonna go wrong or what could go wrong or what's all of the like she's looking for the negative and not appreciating the like positive.
And being in the moment.
Yeah. And she's afraid as far as like opening up, because she also said from her past relationship that it wouldn't get received as well. Like she would get shut down or made to feel like she's overreacting. And so she's not used to having someone, like she says, Joey, who's very like just accepting of everything that she has to say and opening up, which could. All right, write that down.
Write that down.
Write that down. Write that down.
And how well he can like comfort her in
Yeah.
her negative thoughts
Yeah, I mean,
and authenticate her feelings
I
of
think,
doubt.
especially in this show, the biggest competition or like the biggest thing
Is yourself.
you have again, is yourself. Like you're all that self-doubt, which I completely understand. I'm sure I would have.
Yeah, I feel it.
all
I'm
of
not
it.
even on the show.
Yeah, I feel it. I'm like, I don't think Joey would pick me.
I don't think
I
Joey's
definitely know Gary wouldn't pick me. Yeah, I do think that is like the truth, though. It's like you always seem to just be so more concerned as far as like the self-doubt you have.
Yeah. You're always your own worst enemy.
But I do think it's like doubt. I should say I think doubt and like jealousy is like, it's not like crazy. I almost think that like jealousy in this case is like fair, like warranted. It is completely justifiable.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, definitely.
But yeah, like in that self-doubt is like, I completely understand. Like I would be with you, if not far worse than you.
Yeah, I'm already worse.
But she tells him, you know, that she's falling in love with him again. And the whole thing is that last week he said that he's feeling the same way.
Yeah.
He didn't really say
He wasn't
the
specific.
exact thing back, which when he brought it up,
He does
in this
acknowledge
episode,
that.
he was like, yeah, I kind of just said it was like all word vomit back at you, like not much like behind it. So I want you to know that I'm also falling in love with you. Like I'm not just saying I'm feeling the same way.
Ditto.
Yeah, did. Yeah, I mean, so I feel like that was like the one like throw off for me, because I was like, okay, he said again, I'm sorry, Rachel, but now we know for sure.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3 he said that he's falling in love with. But again, like, yeah, the only sort of doubt I have is that he did say it to Daisy as well. So I don't know. I don't know.
Threw me off.
But they go to the fantasy suite as well. So all 3 of them get fantasy suites.
Nice.
We did not have like
An Xavier.
yeah, because he didn't get
No.
it right.
No, he did not.
Yeah. It's been so long, dude.
I know.
Remember.
I don't even know why I know.
I did think I was even more surprised though, and I do feel like this could also have some play. He actually really opened up to Daisy as well, though.
Yeah,
and
he did.
About like
His own personal
different stuff too, even from what he like said to Kelsey.
His like past relationship.
Yeah, like
too.
past relationship. I'm assuming not Charity.
Yeah.
Like
I think
he
it was
said-
in Hawaii, he said.
Yep, the one in Hawaii. Like he said, like when with the person he was dating, it was the first time he questioned whether or not he was first he said good person, which is kind of like a
Yeah, that's
like,
pretty intense.
That's pretty intense. But he sort of said like, it made me feel like I wasn't a good boyfriend or partner because I clearly wasn't making her feel as special as she wanted me to. And like not giving the other person what they wanted. And it made him like doubt his like ability or like capability of doing that or being loved, and kind of started with that. But
Yeah, and then the fear of if he opens up and they truly get to know who he is,
yeah,
that it'll scare him away.
yeah, can't relate. No,
I
that
know.
is actually one of the most relatable.
That is
things
the most relatable thing that he said.
that he said is, yeah. I would say this is, I guess, getting a little bit personal. I would say my main thing when it comes to dating is that exact same thing, which is my fear is once I really open up and once someone sees me for who I like fully for who I am, that
like I know I'm like a super cool, charming guy that everyone immediately falls in love with. But they just don't know how deep my emotions really are.
They're not deep enough. They don't understand. They don't realize that I'm like Batman bravado king charisma charming cool guy. They just see like, why are we at a party and he's like standing over by the wall?
Why is he facing the wall?
Why is he like in the corner facing the wall as if someone put him in a timeout?
and he's just singing, "That's me in the corner."
he's singing. Who's that song by? Is that Judas Priest?
What? Me in the corner?
The one you just sang.
No, that's REM.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. Not. No, it is.
Losing my religion. I swear
It
that
is.
was by someone else. I believe you. You're an expert. You're a music maestro magician, man.
I know my
But
song.
everyone else just sees you as...
It's all they need to see.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, all jokes aside, I do have that fear. People won't like what they see or what they get to know.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for listening. You're a great therapist. How much do I owe you? Okay. All right, moving on. Enough about me. People don't care about us. They care about Joey.
They only care about Joey. Like, shut up and talk about Joey.
He does say he's falling in love with Daisy, which, yeah, I get. And again, I think it's the only thing that... I wouldn't even say it threw me off about my prediction with Kelsey, but...
Wasn't expected.
Yeah, I don't know. I was almost... I can't say I was surprised, though, because, again, it would make it, like, too obvious that, like, Kelsey might win. If, like, he only said it to, like, Kelsey. Unfortunately, again, for Rachel, it just shows...
Yeah, it shows...
If Rachel does not get eliminated, I'm going to be like, what the flip is this show?
What is happening? Yeah, no, she would have... Yeah, though.
Yeah. Kelsey is really struggling, though. She is letting what Leslie said to her kind of get to her too much now.
Mm-hmm.
She is...
she needs to talk to Joey.
She goes to his room, knocks on the door. He's not there.
So he goes back. Goes a letter.
A letter. The mysterious letter, which I think has been teased for a long time.
It has been.
Well, I know that I think it, like... I remember it from, like, early on in the season, though. Like, it was probably the preseason, or, like, the, like, season preview from the, like, first episode. I remember seeing something about a letter. And then they started teasing it, like, the past, like, week or two.
Yeah.
And I was like, who's writing that letter?
Yeah, we didn't know. Now it's Kelsey.
Yeah, it was Jesse. Yeah.
We need to talk.
We need to talk. Teach me how to do a better serve in tennis, please. When Joey gets the note, he starts freaking
flustered
out. Again, I think this now strengthens my prediction, though, because this, like, the response he has to that, which it really didn't say much. It just said, we need to talk, which...
It could be anything.
I do agree, though, when someone says we need to talk.
It's not going to be a good thing.
It's typically not a good conversation. And every time I've said we need to talk to someone, it's not
something positive.
Yeah, it's typically not a positive or like what you're hoping for. So, but yeah, he had a very emotional response to it, which in my opinion is like, this is what I'm saying, like, if he really wanted Lexi, when Lexi said that she was going to leave because they were on the same timeline as far as kids go,
he would have had that.
He would have had a more similar reaction. This is someone he really likes.
Yeah, definitely.
Arguably, this is someone he likes the most and is going to pick, and he is freaking out. So, I don't know. Did we miss anything? Is there anything else that happened?
I think that was it.
Hopefully,
if we did miss anything, then the women will tell us.
Yeah, they will tell us all. They will tell us all.
They will tell us all
next week. I'm looking forward to that.
It'll be pretty telling.
I think it didn't really have any footage because...
Yeah, it was all preview of the people.
Yeah,
like,
it was
remember
all just
these
like,
people.
It showed the little like audience thing where like people were clapping, but then it was all just like Jen still heartbroken? Does Lexi regret leaving Joey early? And then what is like Maria going through right now?
Yeah,
and it's just like Yeah, it was nothing new. But I don't even know because I know they filmed that one like I think only like it's not live. The tell all is not live, but I'm pretty sure it's only filmed like shortly before they show it, like a week or two before.
Oh, okay.
I want to say.
That's pretty cool then.
Like it's definitely been filmed. I think in the past couple of weeks. I don't know. I'm very curious what's gonna happen. I don't really care anymore about the Sydney.
Yeah,
stuff.
no,
I don't
definitely
care
not.
about-
Who cares?
I'm very curious to see if they're gonna like. I don't think they're gonna like.
Reveal.
As far as like the Bachelorette, you mean?
Yeah, or anything
I don't think so.
similar to that. What about the Golden Bachelorette?
See, that is possible because my prediction is like as far as the finale will announce the next Bachelorette, but I do think they could announce who the Golden Bachelorette is going to be, unless they do both on the finale.
Yeah, at the same time.
Because they got to do it on TV. They can't just do it like
No, yeah, they would have
like an online like what's posted on like post to our story to the next.
It's not a snap to the fans.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm curious as to like if they've chosen a Bachelorette already and they're like, or if they're gonna like do the tell all to like gauge people's responses to like certain people. Because it could be like Rachel. I'm curious because I'm not sure if they're gonna show who he picks, like as far as the rose ceremony, and then like they have the person who gets eliminated be at the tell-all as well. You know, where they kind of combine footage with the live stuff.
That would be interesting.
Because
that would be cool. Because it normally is only 2 people at this point.
Yeah, I mean, going into the tell-all, it's typically after the like third person. I don't know. It's changed for a few times, but
is that allowed?
Probably not. No, not in my book. It's not. But yeah, I'm just like curious if they've already chosen a Bachelorette or if they're gonna use the tell-all to like gauge people's reactions, because people have been saying Maria since like last week. I haven't been able to see what people have been saying after this episode, but I'm sure that like Daisy or Kelsey are still like good candidates.
Mm-hmm. I could definitely see either.
I can see more for Rachel now. I feel like this episode for Rachel, I feel like was a good episode for her, and also a horrible episode for her. Like,
it's so bad that she has to have like a redemption.
Yeah. Well, it's like, again, I feel like we learned more about Rachel this episode.
Yeah, no,
I don't
definitely.
feel like we actually learned more about Kelsey or Daisy. Yeah, we learned about Rachel and her like dating experience and a little bit about why she is the way she is, or like but
more insightful.
Yeah, which I think it is. That is important. I feel like it's beneficial, but I don't know. I know that people like Maria for the Bachelorette, but like if they wait till like the finale, or if they've already got someone chosen, it doesn't really matter. But like they wait till the finale and stuff, I think she might be a little bit out of the like recency bias will be not as recent.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. They could have already had it. It does make it unfair though if you like do it before the like finale, because typically I do think they want the like runner up, yeah. If they can get the runner up, typically, unless the runner up is like just super boring or like bad television. But I don't think I like both of them. Mm-hmm. I like Kelsey and Daisy. Again, sorry, Rachel. I do not think that you're gonna. I like Rachel too, but again, she's definitely, we've seen the least of her.
Yeah, it would be hard to pick her over the other ones.
Yeah, I think there's 3 good choices now. I still really like Maria. I think she would be extremely entertaining. But I do really like Daisy and Kelsey and Rachel. But again, I think she would be like a dark horse as far as like in the running for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Daisy or Kelsey, I wouldn't have a problem with either of them either. Pick like.
All right, star.
Sydney is the next Bachelor. I don't know. I almost think it would be kind of funny if they chose like
Just a random
villain or something, like someone who's like absolutely hated, because those people, because it's not a random, you know, like there would still be like people would be interested, but it's just like if you chose someone like Sydney, who like people seem to like hate, it would gain so much attention, but people would. I don't know if people would like not watch just to like spite ABC. I would watch because I would be like, this is hilarious.
I want her to go.
All right, I choose
her.
I just think it would be an interesting approach, but
it would be cool.
I think the more standard approach is they put those ones on like Bachelor in Paradise, which I still don't know if that one has been confirmed yet.
Hopefully not.
I mean, last season was not great. It was not great.
Yeah, they better like.
I'm so sad too because that was your first time seeing Bachelor in Paradise, and in my opinion, Bachelor in Paradise was my favorite. Again, aside from like Gary, which I think Gary is my favorite season like ever. But I don't know if I can safely say Golden Bachelor is the best of the entire franchise. Because other than that, I would say Bachelor in Paradise. But then
yeah, that one
just
was
like you're the first one. Like I get to like you watch, and I feel like I'm get to finally show him like my favorite. It's like
he's gonna love it.
Oh,
this is it.
This is what we get. I still enjoyed it. It was just extremely underwhelming.
It was definitely a show.
Out of all of the Bachelor shows, it was one of them.
It was one of them.
I've got nothing left to say to you. Oh, wait. Final prediction. I'm walking in Kelsey.
Daisy.
Okay.
I'm Daisy.
Whoa.
Daisy all the way.
All right. Yeah, I'm at like an 75-80% Kelsey now.
Yeah, I'm at like 110, 120.
All right.
Daisy.
Okay. I think the only bad thing that could happen is that if like Kelsey does decide to leave, but I don't think she would. The only fear I have is that maybe she leaves, like in the finale, like this whole thing that's been hyped. That would be pretty
pretty
scary.
wild.
That would be wild. That would be hardcore. I don't know. I just can't really think of what the like other surprise would be, so I am getting nervous now. Like, what's gonna be the like twist? Is this an M. Night Shyamalan movie? Because there's gonna be a twist, and we know it.
They're all dead.
They're all dead.
This is just like
Joey is secretly Bruce Willis, and he's dead.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what the other kind of like twist could be. I don't think that it's not going to be Kelsey. I'll say that.
Yeah, I don't not think.
I don't not think that it might not, for sure, possibly not, actually not be Kelsey. I don't know if I got enough negatives in there.
I agree.
I concur.
But maybe not.
All right. And final pick for Bachelorette?
Star.
I'm going to go...
Maria. Locking in Maria.
I want Maria. And if Daisy... I will say this. If Daisy doesn't win, I think it's going to be Daisy, though. Mm-hmm. But I want Maria. I still want Maria.
Yeah. Well,
Golden Bachelorette. If it's one that we've seen, who do you think it's going to be?
Leslie.
I agree. I concur.
Oh, we agree. Where can the people find us?
They can find us on the podcast platforms such as Spotify,
Apple,
Google Podcast,
Podbean.
I swear
YouTube.
Castbox is one of them.
Castbox.
Sure, I think so.
iHeartRadio. iHeart Podcasts.
I heart something.
My heart is in my
Search that
podcast.
up. My heart is in my podcast. My heart is in my podcast. YouTube, as you said.
One word.
One word on YouTube.
Like a literally.
No spaces. One word.
That's
Everything else, it's 3 words. You can type normally. Show some support if you support us, or if you don't,
Then do it anyway.
Then do it anyways. Don't listen to your gut. You give us some likes, some literallys,
some literally whatever comes to you.
maybe subscribe, leave a review, comment, ask questions, because we will probably forget to not answer them, because we always answer
we
questions.
always do.
Yeah. I want to know other people's theories.
Yeah, let us know.
I'm a big theorist for this show.
Yeah, let us know will you work out.
Yeah. Joey, if you're listening, feel free to comment too.
We'll allow it.
We will allow in this case.
Just for you.
Jesse, we know we've gotten all of your calls. We'll let you on the podcast eventually.
Yeah, we'll see if we can squeeze you in.
Yeah, we'll squeeze you in at some point. That's all I got to say. That's all Jamie has to say.
Vic has one more thing to say.
Which is...
like, yeah.